Afternoon, everybody. Oh, I should have done this in color. I really should have done this in color because it is such a beautiful, beautiful afternoon here. And I just took my little ones over to my daughter's house, and she's stepmama of 3 babies. And anybody read my post earlier today about opportunities being like babies, because I was holding on to my grandson last night over at my other daughter's house, the one with the three kids, 3 step babies. And I just dropped my munchkins off over there and stuff, but I came back home and I was like, I'm gonna just pop on real quick, and I'm gonna pour myself a glass of wine. I did not do conscious coffee this morning, which is absolutely cool because, I just kind of got to do what I wanted to do today, which is most days, but it was really, really nice. So I just decided I was just going to pop on and have a glass of wine with you guys and share an observation about observations. So before my wine gets hot, because it's like 85 here in Texas, and I should be wearing a tank top or a swimsuit, and that's probably what I'm going to go and do next, is go and have just probably some sun time before I make dinner and everything. But I wanted to just enjoy 20-30 minutes with you and really share something that I don't think it should be common knowledge in the manifestation world, but I don't think that we really make that big of a deal out of it, and it should be a big deal because it's such a freaking big deal, and it is one of those things that we so easily do and we shouldn't be doing. We shouldn't be doing. So, with this glass of Chardonnay, I shall share with you guys. And it is all on observation. It really, truly is. Observation is the key to everything, right? So we think. Our human nature is to really just observe things, right? So I'm going to kind of go into this in the story context of, since it is 5 o'clock here where I'm at, and that means that, people are starting to come home. It's moving into dinner time. Well, a lot of people might be making pasta tonight. I'm not making pasta, but a lot of people probably make pasta tonight. So for anybody who's ever made spaghetti before, who's ever boiled water for anything before, for that matter, maybe this will help you understand where I'm going with on observation. Observation is kind of like you put a pot of water on the stove and you get it all ready and you turn on the heat and the heat starts cranking up, right? And you see it's getting really, really hot. It's getting really, really hot. But you stick your finger in there and the water's not boiling yet. It's not even warm yet. It's a big pot for water for pasta, right? Stick your finger in there and it's still not boiling. It's still not boiling. You come back, you look in it another, 3-4 minutes later. It's still not doing anything. You come back 5 minutes later. It's still not doing anything. And you just stand there and you kind of just look at it. And what are you doing? You're observing what is not happening. You're observing what's not happening, and your focus is on it. And there's this old statement that says that, if a pot of water won't boil while being watched, right? So it's not going to boil very fast for you while you're watching it. And it's because you kind of like slow down time in your observation. You are focusing in on what is not happening so much that, of course, what you're getting is more of what's not happening. Funny thing, you go and you lid that pot of water, you go and you focus in on something else, you put your attention to something else, and before you know it, this pot of water is boiling, right? And it's just like, it almost happens instantaneously. I mean, it's like, it just, boom, all of a sudden you got a pot of water boiling. Why is that? Why is it? Well, it's simple. Because we've changed our focus. We've taken our focus from what we are observing not happening, and we're putting it onto something else. Something else that doesn't matter as much. Something else that, we get caught up in. People calling me. Get caught up in. Something outside of what we were actually focusing in on. What does this matter in the world of manifestation? It's pretty damn simple. It really is. Anytime we put our focus on something and we are focusing in on it and we're focusing in on the fact that it is not happening as quickly. It's not showing up in our life. It's not, like we're not losing the weight. The money's not coming in. We're not finding the lover. We're not finding the house. We're not getting out of debt. We're all these different things that us human beings want, right? Our health isn't recovering as quickly as we want. What are we actually doing? Are we focusing in on what we want, or are we focusing in on what we don't want? What are you observing? That's the true question. Because if you're sitting there and you're observing that your health isn't recovering quickly as the way you want it to, you're still, you actually only lost 1/4 pound, and you've been working out, and you've been eating right, and you're hydrated, and you've been doing this, and you've been doing, or maybe you're trying to build muscle or something, and you're just like, man, I just can't build muscle. What are you doing? You're measuring. Are you measuring your muscle? Or are you measuring the not having the muscle? Are you measuring how much money is actually coming in, what abundance you have in all of your life, not just financially, but all the abundance that you have in your life? Are you opening up your bank account and looking for what you don't have? Whatever you are observing and whatever your focus observation is on, that is what you're going to gain more of. That's plain and simple, very, very simple, right? Should be, but it's not. It's not that simple, because we go, I don't want to think about the negative stuff. But what do we think about when we're thinking about the negative stuff? We're thinking about the negative stuff, right? And go, well, no, I'm thinking about my dreams. I'm thinking about my goals. I'm thinking about what I want to create. I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about the things that I really, truly want. That's great. So you think you're thinking about the things that you really, really want, about the things that you really want to manifest, that you really want to create, that you really want to have, that love, that life, that money, that house, that car, that work, that travel, that health, that body. You're thinking about all of that, right? You're wanting that. But notice where your true attention is at. Is it truly on the having, or is it on the not having? Because anytime it is on the not having, that's exactly why it's not showing up in your life. That's exactly why. That is the holdback. That is one of the major keys to preventing you from getting what you want. If you don't want to have something show up, focus on what is not there. Focus on not having it. Focus on the fact that you don't feel satisfied in this part of your life. Focus on the fact that you're like, well, but it's showing up for that person, and for that person, and for that person, and for that person. What's wrong with me? What am I doing that makes it where I can't have it? Only thing that you're doing is focusing in on not having it. That's it. So what's the solution to it? The solution, it's so simple. It's so simple. The solution is that you got to pretend that you are a dog and you're chasing after something, and all of a sudden a squirrel runs by you. And when that squirrel runs by you and you're chasing after something, what are you going to do? You're going to turn and you're going to run after the squirrel, because that's what most dogs would do. They would go, oh, squirrel, squirrel. And that's why I call them squirrel events. I talk about squirrel events all the time, and a squirrel event is nothing more than something that takes you off of what you are observing in the here and the now, in the is land of today, in this moment, and taking you to something else that is happening right now in the here and now, but doesn't have the contraction around it that most other things that we really truly want do. It's not shutting us down. It's not bringing us into this negative space. It's not making us look at what we don't have. It sidetracks us just enough to open up energy, open up the resource of what the universe can give us, and allow us to receive everything that we want. So it allows for momentum to come in, because what we do when we observe everything that we don't have is that we dam up that energy. And when we have a squirrel moment and we bring our attention to something else that is not as meaningful as what this particular focus point is, we open up the dam. We let some energy through. We let some abundance through. We let some joy through. We what? We go over here. We laugh. We pay attention to this. We get very present in this moment. Maybe we feel good. Maybe, and where we weren't feeling good about what we didn't have, but over here, we all of a sudden feel good. We all of a sudden are like, oh, this is fun. This is yummy. This is good. This is connective. I feel centered. I feel connected to people. I feel abundant. I feel happy. I feel joyous. I feel satisfied. I feel full. When we feel those things, we draw more of those things into our world. And where is all the stuff that we want at? What is it attached to? What emotion, what feeling is it attached to? It's attached to satisfaction. It's attached to fullness. It's attached to feeling good. It's attached to happiness. It's attached to joy. It's attached to feeling abundant. It's attached to feeling love. That's what it's attached to. It's attached to the juicy feeling of being alive, not of being empty, of existing, of just getting through. That's not what's going to draw your dreams and your goals, your ideal lover, the abundance, your house, the money, the work, the career, the job, whatever you want to call it, the travel. That's not going to come to that feeling of, I feel empty, I feel exhausted, I'm meh. No. Nobody wants to be around that energy, including our dreams and goals. So if you want to draw in your dreams and goals, all you have to do is bring your attention to one of those squirrel events that brings you into that energy of abundance, of joy, of fun, of connection, of fullness, of satisfaction. And keep expecting all your dreams, all your goals to come about. That's all you have to do. It's very, very simple, foundational, but where are you observing? That's what we come back to, right? What are you observing? What are you focusing in on? Focusing here? Are you focusing here? Just look at your life. Look at what you've got going on and really, truly ask yourself today. And I'm going to keep this conscious whine very, 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 very short because we spend too much time observing the negative. We spend too much time observing what we don't have. So I'm going to drive home the point by keeping this short. I want you just to look into your life and ask yourself this true question, to your heart, to your soul. What am I giving my attention to today? What am I truly focused on? Which side of the coin am I really focused on? Am I focused in on the positive of all the abundance that I have, all the joy that I have, all the satisfaction that I have, all the connection that I have, all the this, all the that? Am I focusing in on that stuff? Because we all have it. We all have it. There's blessings abound for us all over the place in the littlest of moments. And when we choose to focus in on those little blessings, on those little sweet spots that we have in our life, those little sweet spots multiply. They multiply. And when they multiply, they kind of do that snowball thing, and they get bigger and they get bigger and they get bigger. And what that bigger is momentum. It is the energy of momentum. And when that energy of momentum really gets going, guess what happens? Your dreams, your goals, your true love comes to you. Just comes to you. It's just magical. Just magical. It's just like, wow, you're the luckiest person on the planet. All the good stuff happens to you. It's absolutely amazing, right? Everybody's like, what did he or she do? Dang, I want some of that. It's all right here and right here. Focus. Focus. That's it. That's all you have to do. Where is your focus? Ask yourself that, guys. I'm going to catch you tomorrow with another conscious something, depending on what time of the day it is. Probably won't be wine. It's been typically water lately, hasn't it? Maybe I'll get up and catch you with coffee or something. We'll see. We'll see. But that doesn't matter. What matters is if you're living or if you're existing. And as I always end these conscious coffees with, stop existing and start living. You can follow me at www.kendalwilliams.com. Anybody who is local, guess what? We've got a fantastic workshop coming up this Saturday in Allen, Texas. So you can go to my website. It's called Seeing the Other Side, an experiential journey into your sex. And I know that sounds all hot and sexy, and it is. It is going to be a very, very deep journey into your true self and helping you tap into how your sex affects your manifestation, your life, your happiness, your joy, where you've been, where you're at, and where you're going. So explore Seeing the Other Side. We've got just 2 spots open on that right now. Just 2 spots. That's it. The class will be sold out probably by the end of today, which is really, really exciting. It is a small group. It's going to be fantastic. Check that out. Also, what I have just launched is Primal Reboot for all of you men worldwide. This one's for all the men in the world because I love men. So I created Primal Reboot. It's all about how you can penetrate life the way you were intended to. Okay, so we're going to be talking about being a compassionate man, about being a fierce man, about being a playful man, about how you can really stand in your purpose, how you can be passionate, focused, determined, the leader, the visionary that you were meant to be. That's what this class is about. It's about tapping into your true divine masculine energy, standing strong in the man who you are, and calling in all the wealth, riches, abundance, and yes, love into your life. So let me show you in this 4-week intensive global live course here on Facebook how you can tap into those primal roots. Goodness, I can't talk. Primal roots, and reboot your whole system, your whole life, and truly draw in all the abundance, love, and joy that you deserve. Okay, guys, I will catch you tomorrow with another conscious talk. Catch you then. Bye, everybody.